everyone, welcome to Lilybugs Library. My name's Linda, and welcome to Friday Updates. So, I had a good reading week. I managed to finish a few books. So, the first one I finished was Death by Coffee, which I think is the first in the series by Alex Erickson. And this one was good. I really enjoyed it. It's about Chrissy Hancock and her best friend Vicky, and they decide to open a bookstore cafe, and they call it Death by Coffee after Chrissy's one of Chrissy's father's novels. He's a mystery writer, or he was. He's, I think, semi-retired at least. And so she's not that crazy about the title, but that's what her friend Vicky wanted to call it, so that's what they called it. And on the very first day that they're open, someone comes in, grabs a coffee. He's kind of grumpy, doesn't seem, seems to have things going on. And he leaves the store, but ends up dying in the street from an allergy, and it's related to the coffee. So it throws everything into chaos, and, Chrissy's trying to solve this because she's trying to save this bookshop cafe that they just opened. It's her friend Vicky's kind of brainchild, and she really wants it to work, and, for both of them. And so she starts investigating, which doesn't always go so well. And so it was really good. I thought the characters were great. The only problem I had is a family in the story. Their last name is Lawyer, but they're not lawyers. And so that just kept kind of throwing me. It's like, I don't know why, but it did. And so otherwise, the storyline was great. It moved along fairly quickly, which was nice. I like the relationship between Chrissy and Vicky, although, and they had a few cats. I think one was named Trouble, one was named Misfit or something. I don't know. They were named strange things, but they had a few cats. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'd probably give that one 4 out of 5. Not sure if I'll continue with the series, but enjoyed that particular one anyway. The next one that I read was actually, it was an ARC that I got from NetGalley, so thank you to them and the author and publisher. And this one was called Hazel Says No. So it wasn't what I expected. It doesn't say anywhere in the synopsis that it was anything like what it was. But it's basically this young girl who's 18, and she's in her last year of high school. And when she starts out going to high school, she ends up getting propositioned. And we'll kind of leave it at that. Now, I will say at that point I was ready to toss it. Those sort of things are not things I read, but it was done so well and in such a way that there was never a time during the book that I felt too triggered by it. For lack of a better way to put it. So I did keep reading because it was more about the girl than it was about what happened to her. It's all connected. I'm probably explaining this really badly, but anyway. But the characters were great. I thought they were really, really interesting. Her parents were not checked out exactly. In some ways they were almost too much, but the family was not that functional. They were loving parents, but they had a lot of issues between the two of them. And they had just moved to that area, and then she had a younger brother who, they don't really say he is autistic, but he may have been on the spectrum. He seemed like he didn't always fit in places, and he had his own way of doing things, and it seemed like they kind of overshadowed him a little bit to try and, they were always doing things for him, and I don't know whether that was his age or whether that's because they thought that they needed to. Some of the friends that Hazel ended up with seemed to be seem to be decent, and some of the decisions she makes are good, and some are not as good. And, and I don't want to give too much away, so I'm not saying more than I have to. I will say that it was a good story. A story that was a difficult read at times, but a story that I think needed to be told. And I don't know, I'm still processing it. Let's put it that way. Some of what happened to her, involved the media and things, and it would be a lot for an 18-year-old to handle. It'd be a lot for a 40-year-old to handle. So I will say, if it's something that interests you, and you have kind of a passion for young women being taken advantage of, or people in positions of power that are misusing that power, it's probably a book that you would enjoy. So I did like that one, and I'm not sure if that's her debut novel or not, but yes, it does say it's her debut novel. So she certainly has come out with a bang. So the next one I read was part of the middle grade march, and this one was called The Night Raven. Well, I have to say, so far it's been my favorite of the middle grade March ones. Really enjoyed this one. And it's part of a series, so I actually would continue to read the series. So this one takes place in 1880 in Stockholm. And there's a girl named Micah who is living in an orphanage. And she has been there quite some time, probably since she was, a baby. And she's kind of looks after some of the other children. She's a bit older. And in the middle of the night, someone knocks on the door. And when she goes there, this young boy is there, and he has this baby and gives her the baby and says, he can't take it. And so she doesn't find out who the baby belongs to or what's going on. But he starts talking about, he starts talking about a dark angel. That's what he calls it. That they needed to get the child away from the dark angel. So then she starts thinking about this and trying to figure it all out. And there's talk among the people in the orphanage and things about the Night Raven, who was a serial killer, but supposedly is dead. And so she's wondering if that's somehow related to this dark angel. She's not really sure. And then things kind of go on from there, because she has a skill that a lot of people don't have, which is that she picks up on things in a Sherlock Holmes kind of way. Like, if there's a detail, she's going to notice it. And so she ends up working with a policeman and to try to figure out what's going on. So really good. Really telling of the time, too. The fact, that she is in an orphanage and what goes on there, and how difficult it is for her life and the life of the children that are there. And really how difficult it is for everyone in the 1800s. So really liked it. It would definitely be the high end of middle grade books. I don't think I would want maybe an 8-year-old to read it, but a 12-year-old, yeah, it'd probably be fine. So that was great, and I would give that one, I didn't say what I'd give the other one. I'd give The Night Raven 5 out of 5. I really did enjoy it. Hazel says no. I would probably give a 3 out of 5. It was good, and it was just not one that I think I would ever read again, or that I connect it to a lot. So, but still good book. So the next one I read was A Brush with Murder, which was by Bailey Abbott. And I'm not sure what, it's a painting series, but I can't remember what exactly it's called. But it was good. It was about Chloe, who has been a fine art painter in New York. And something went wrong there, and her sister asked her to come back home and help her, because she's opening up a shop where she does these, paint nights and things. that are so popular. So she decides to do this, and there's a woman in town named Fiona who is just nasty. She's constantly putting people down. She's putting things, she has a column in the paper, and she says all these nasty things about people in the town. She's not a nice woman. And so they try to make friends with her and everything, but she ends up dead, and they are one of the suspects. And to top it off, Chloe, besides being a suspect, her sister wasn't there at the time, and she won't say where she was. So that's really kind of bothering Chloe too, because she doesn't think her sister murdered the woman, but on the other hand, why won't she tell her anything? So that one was really good. And she does have a dog, which they talk about a little bit, but I have to say I need more dog in the book. It's like they didn't talk about the dog enough, in my opinion. So that one I would give 3 out of 5 as well. And then that's it for what I read this week. Now I am partway through a few books. One of them is The Birthday... write down the name of it. Bear with me. The Birthday Lunch. And so that one I'm reading for a virtual book club. Should be done it soon. I'm also reading another middle grade one called No Fixed Address, which is heartbreaking, but also makes me very angry. So, so we'll see what I have to say about that one. Wonderful Husband and I are this close to finishing Briar Club, and then we'll go back to our Sherlock Holmes type book. So we have lots on the go. It's just a matter of wrapping everything up, and I'll be back in a few days with my April TBR. So hard to believe that we're thinking about April already. Only a few days to my birthday, so yeah, there's a lot going on. So hope everybody has a great day. It's kind of dark and dreary here today. I've got the lights on, but I notice there's still shadows everywhere, so what can you do? All right, hope you have a great day, friends. Bye-bye.